All right then, let's talk about Chiesa, because everyone has been talking about him a lot recently, especially this season where he has been doing really well, to be honest, considering he's still getting limited opportunities. What is going on with Chiesa? Why is Slot not picking him? What is going on? Everyone is like, I mean, last season you could admit it, right? We had obviously 6 forwards for 3 positions. Chiesa was probably at the bottom of that list in Slot's mind. But this season, I know with Diaz going, Nunez going, obviously we brought Ekitike and Isak in, obviously the horrible death of Jota. But Chiesa has been good this season. And considering the form of Gakpo at the minute and how we're not really looking that fluid in attack, there's been times this season where Chiesa has really dug us out of a pit, to be honest. A few late winners. Every time he comes on, he looks exciting, energetic. He's getting crosses in. He's chasing the ball. He looks like the kind of thing that we need right now to drag us out of this kind of lethargy that the team seems to be in. Obviously, the team this season, we have won 5 games out of 8, I think, is it? 2 losses. 9 games, 6 wins, 3 losses. 7 games in the Premier League, 2 in the Champions League, yeah. Did we play a Carabao Cup game as well? I can't remember if we did that or not. Honestly, the games just come thick and fast, don't they? But basically what we're talking about Chiesa. Why is he not playing? It's a weird one, isn't it? Because, like I said, last season we obviously had so many forwards for so many positions. And Gakpo was playing well last season. But this season, Gakpo, for me, has not been playing that well at all. Making lots of wrong decisions, I could say. Or maybe not the best decisions in the situations that he's been in. And I can't help but feel like Chiesa on that left-hand side in many of the games that we played at least deserved to come on for the last 30 minutes. I mean, that Chelsea game, in my opinion, was crying out for him. Gakpo looked absolutely shattered. But instead of bringing him on, we brought on some different players. We brought Endo on and Curtis Jones. We really needed it. I think we needed to go and attack and win that game. But instead, Slot was almost looking like he was trying not to lose it. And we did lose it in the very, very last seconds. I really felt like Chiesa could have really attacked that game with some good purpose and got us something out of it. The amount of times this season where you see Chiesa, he's like sprinting around. He's so good off the bench as well because he's full of energy. He's full of verve. He's got a bit of like some character about him. And I really felt like he could have been good in that Chelsea game. And it's just weird, isn't it? With Gakpo so obviously out of form, Slot really feels like, in my opinion, he's trying to play all the team back into form at the minute. Obviously, I don't think we've been as bad as people have been saying, but I still feel like there could have been some alterations to the starting lineups to not only give some of the other players a chance to go and drag the team out of this kind of funk that we're in, but also just really, giving the team a bit more energy, giving the team a bit of a freshen up. Obviously, Salah's been really underperforming this season. I thought Frimpong looked quite good at the right wing, to be honest, in that first 20 or 30 minutes against Galatasaray before we just stopped playing football. For whatever reason that may be. Obviously, Galatasaray did their best to ruin that game and they succeeded. But obviously, I felt like, especially with Salah and Gakpo in particular, and obviously McAllister, I think he may be still nursing an injury though. I think they've been bang out of form. And I think they probably deserve maybe a 1 or 2 games out of the starting 11. And I can't think of anyone else but Chiesa that would be perfect for that left wing role. I mean, Gakpo has been, in my opinion, really, really underperforming this season. Obviously, we've had a few of them. The team as a whole has been underperforming. But when you look at that Chelsea game, look at the highlights, the way that Gakpo had many, many opportunities on that left wing where he was one-on-one. He couldn't beat his man, or he'd cross the ball in, or he'd lose the ball. There were many opportunities, in my opinion, where I just thought if Chiesa was in that situation, I felt like he may have been a bit more positive. Maybe he'd run at the defender a bit more direct, a bit more, just a bit more full of that tenacity, that verve. Good at chasing the ball around. And Chiesa's not afraid of having a shot as well. I mean, I can't remember the last time that Gakpo cut inside and had a shot and actually hit the target. I can't even remember the last time he cut inside and actually had a shot, to be honest. Usually he just runs down the line, cuts inside and passes the ball across, and then the attacks basically just fizzle out into, doing that thing where you pen the opposition in the penalty area and pass it around and around and around and eventually lose the ball, which is what it seems to be happening for Liverpool this season. But I just feel like Chiesa, there's so many opportunities that he could have had this season. I mean, what is he? He's come on in like 4 or 5 games. I think he's scored or assisted in every single one of them. Whereas we've got Gakpo, who is, on paper, creating the most chances out of our team. 17 chances created this season. But if you look at the kinds of situations he's given people the ball in, it's not ideal. And I really feel like Chiesa could have a positive impact on this team at the minute, especially considering the lethargy that we currently have. I think he's obviously made some good contributions already this season over the past month. Has it been 2 months already since the season? 6 weeks since the season started? And I just really feel like Chiesa deserves more of an opportunity, to be honest. And I know that is not a controversial opinion. I know so many people think the same. But what is going on with it? Why doesn't Slot rate him? Why doesn't he like him? I think obviously Chiesa last season, I think Slot, the main thing that Slot used to say about Chiesa from last season was that he basically said that he wasn't fully fit or he wasn't up to match fitness for the Premier League, which is why he was kind of limited to those cameo appearances in the Cups and stuff. But I really think Chiesa, I mean, this season he's clearly showed for me that he can come on and make an impact. And I think when your team has got that kind of, like I said, that lethargy, that slowness about it, you need someone who's going to drag everyone out of that kind of mindset. Pre-season, we looked so zippy. The passing was sweet. We had good runs in behind. Everyone was looking really, really solid. And then going into the season, it looks like we've almost hit like a little bit of a funk. And I'm not sure what it is, but I really think Chiesa could contribute more to this team. I think he probably deserves a start. Gakpo over the past few games for me has not shown anywhere near enough. And I think Chiesa could probably offer more than he could at this point in time. Like I said, Gakpo was fantastic last season. I think he scored pretty much a goal a game for that Christmas period where we were really trying to get the title over the line. We kept that, 10 or 15 point lead in the table pretty much because of Gakpo and Salah in terms of their contributions. I think he got injured then, didn't he? And then didn't come back and play for a while. But I really feel like Chiesa, in this current vein of form that he looks like he's in, he looks really ready to go. Obviously, he's got a little bit of an injury now, apparently. That's why he's not gone and played with Italy in this international break. But I really feel like when he's back to full fitness, he deserves a go on that left wing. I think we could definitely do with seeing Chiesa, Ekitike, Salah front three at the very least. I think, in my opinion, we could even drop Salah and play Frimpong as well. Or people have been positing this interesting formation online, which I quite like the look of, where we basically have a back four, a diamond midfield, and then two up front, and you could have Ekitike and Isak as the front two, have Wirtz as the 10, and then have Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai as the midfield three, and then just have Wirtz, Ekitike, and Isak, and basically play a diamond with two strikers, which Slot did play at Feyenoord, by the way, for a good few games, which is really interesting. So maybe we could see some more of that. We're obviously still in transition as well. So I think Slot's really got a lot of thinking to do, but I think this 2 weeks off for the international break is going to be quite good. It's going to give him a chance to think, right, who are my best players? Who's playing well right now? Obviously, I think Chiesa's probably going to have to wait for his chance again now because he has got a little bit of a niggly injury. So that's probably going to put him back again in Slot's plans. But I think eventually, if he keeps performing and coming on like in the ways that he has, I think he's going to get a chance, especially if we continue to see the underperformance of Gakpo. Although we could start seeing Ekitike maybe on the left wing. A lot of people have also been saying we could play 4-3-3, have Ekitike as the left winger, and then have Isak and Salah as the other front two, and then maybe dropping Wirtz, or maybe having Wirtz as the left winger, and then having Chiesa come in as the striker as well. There's so many different variations of what can happen. I think Chiesa does deserve a chance. And considering if he's going to play Gakpo and keep persevering with him, then I think Chiesa has to come in and be that left winger for me for the next few games, just to give him a chance. If it doesn't work, you can sub him off and go, fair enough, it didn't work. But I think, judging by the contributions that we've seen from Chiesa so far this season, he just looks like the right kind of player to really drag us through some of these games where we're getting quite close to being beaten. Obviously, we did get beaten by Chelsea. Galatasaray, I felt like he could have contributed in that game as well a bit more. There's just so many opportunities this season where I really felt like he could have come in and made a difference. He's already shown it this season, and he just looks like he's got that tenacity, he's got that directness. We really need a winger that can go and beat their man and cross the ball. I saw a compilation just now before I made this video of a few of Chiesa's contributions over the past month. The amount of times where he beats his man and crosses the ball in, I just think Isak and Ekitike are going to love that. They're going to eat those crosses up. They're going to start scoring more goals. I just think we need to do something, and I think Chiesa needs to be a part of it. I don't understand why Slot doesn't rate him. I think it's just down to that solely. He's been persevering with Gakpo, who's horribly out of form at the minute, in my opinion. Although you could say half the team are horribly out of form, which is fair enough. But I really do think Chiesa deserves a shot, especially considering the contributions he's made. the kind of form that he looks like he's in. Hopefully he can come back from this injury and get a chance, because I think he deserves it. What do you think? I think Chiesa deserves a shot. Let me know down in the comments if you like Chiesa, if you want him to start. Where do you think we should play him? Let me know down below. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.